Today, we're going to continue challenging ourselves both physically and mentally through exercises at home. And we're going to use plyometric exercises as our focus to help us get better today. We're going to learn about what plyometrics are, what variety of plyometric movements are that we can do at home, and we're going to hopefully practice some of those today. So first off, what are plyometric exercises? They are, in fact, an exercise training program that uses speed and force of different movements to help us build muscle power. Muscle power, of course, is applying a force in a certain amount of time. The faster we can apply that force, the more powerful we are. So these exercises help us, are used to increase our speed, our muscle endurance, and our strength, which we can all improve on. They are all beneficial to our physical ability and our physical health, and they're all necessary for us to function properly throughout our day without injury. They require you to exert your muscles to a maximum potential. So they require our muscles to work at maximum effort in a short period of time. It improves your overall physical performance and your ability to do different activities. Again, they're utilized to help us get better and stay strong and healthy, to help us function properly throughout our day. They're going to build explosive power, which could result in an increase in vertical jump for those of you that want to jump higher, for those of you that want to improve your speed and strength, which we can all improve on in one form or another. And they're all going to help us improve in our performances. Plyometrics can involve a variety of different exercises, which again, we're going to go through a basic list of exercises that you can easily work on at home. So athletes use plyometric exercise training as part of their usually routine to help them improve their performance in their athletic activity. But anyone can use these exercises and these workouts. People who are in physical rehab after an accident or injury or surgery use plyometrics to help themselves get back in shape and back to their normal range of physical function, if not exceed and improve on their physical function. They are, in fact, challenging exercises that will help improve our physical condition. They'll prevent injury from high impact activities and sports, which is important. So, they're going to help us prevent injury from running or jumping or playing impact sports such as tennis or dancing or football, skiing, basketball, and hockey. And when we talk about impact sports, it's not necessarily tackling somebody or hitting somebody. Impacting your body with the ground, as when you're running and you're stepping and placing a foot on the ground, or jumping and up and down and landing back on the ground, whether you're dancing or hitting a ball with a tennis racket. Those are all impacts that you put on your body, and these plyometric exercises help strengthen our bodies to prevent injury from the impacts within these activities. So do's and don'ts of plyometrics. First of all, plyos are not cardiovascular exercises. They're not to be performed at a fast-paced circuit. They do not and should not be used to build aerobic endurance. They're used to build muscle power. Plyometrics are not a bunch of moves that you should do over and over again until you're winded and exhausted and panting because some exercise video told you to do so. Some of us use exercise videos that have plyometric exercises in them, and they make you do those movements for a long period of time over and over again till exhaustion. This leads to injury, so it's not a good idea to follow that protocol. Plyometrics are meant to do and teach us how to exert maximum force in a short amount of time to help us develop our muscle power. Each exercise must be performed quickly with maximum power in a short amount of time. They're going to help us build that power again. It's important that you make sure you do some kind of warm-up. When we've talked about warm-ups in prior lessons, make sure you warm up your bodies properly first. You do not, or you want to do plyometric exercise for a low amount of repetitions or in a short amount of time. A good amount of work per exercise is performed about 3 to 8 powerful, good technique reps. So we'll be doing about 3 to 8 repetitions for about 3 to 6 sets. If you're doing it for time, no more than 10 to 15 seconds. And 15 seconds is on the higher side for time. The exact number will depend on how well you are in your physical conditioning and in your training, and which exercises you are doing. Some exercises are harder than others, so you'll be doing even less reps, whereas some exercises are easier on the body in regards to your ability to exert muscle power. So therefore, you would do them for a bit of a higher repetitions. or a longer period of time. Make sure you take a good rest in between each sets. So you're going to complete the exercise, then you're going to rest, usually at least a minute, if not a minute and a half to 2 minutes in between. Again, you don't want to be winded. You want your body to be rested and recovered so that you could perform each set for powerful repetitions. And of course, make sure you do some kind of cool down and stretching when you complete your plyometric exercises. These are important do's in order to help your body, one, prevent injury, not get injured from these exercises, but also reap the benefits of them. So some plyometric exercises that we're going to go over, and we have looked at a bit already. When we talk about plyo push-ups, traveling push-ups, squat jumps. Squat jumps are one that we have worked on already, where you squat down and you're jumping up off the ground as high as we can, and we're landing back in our squat and then going back up. So we've done and looked at our squat jumps already. That is a basic plyometric movement. Our lateral or lunge jumps here, excuse me, or we're lunging down and then we're jumping up and switching feet. That is another type of plyometric exercises. Again, one we've done already, which is beneficial to building muscle power in our legs. Box jumps, tuck jumps, power jumps, line jumps, which we'll use a piece of paper for because I'm sure we're not in a gym with lines on the ground. Skate jumps, and then again our lunge jumps there. So what do these exercises look like? The first one is our plyo push-up. Our plyo push-up involves basically us doing a push-up and then trying to jump or push ourselves up off the ground as I'm doing there. Remember, you want to try to keep good technique here. So again, we're doing our push-up with our hands jumping off the ground. Here's a modified version where our knees are on the ground. So we're doing our push-up and again pushing our hands so that we're jumping off the ground. And if you want to challenge yourself, there's a good old push-up clap where you're pushing up and clapping your hands together as you do a push-up. So those are the plyo push-ups. Now a traveling push-up, you can use any kind of lever box or book or anything that's going to lift you up higher off the ground. So one hand is higher than the other, and we're basically skipping or traveling from side to side. You could do this modified on your knees, where we're working from side to side in that modified position. And then if you want to challenge yourself, you can use a ball where you're rotating or traveling from one side to the other, utilizing the ball. Again, it's important to try to keep that body position, that nice push-up position to help you do it properly. So those are the plyo push-ups, and the traveling push-ups, plyometric exercises. Then we have our tuck jumps. Our tuck jumps involve us jumping up off the ground. And as we jump up off the ground, we're bringing our knees to our chest or as high as we can. The second we hit the ground, we're going back up into that tuck jump. So our lateral view here, we're going to jump up off the ground, knees coming up and then back down. And again, we're trying to work quickly and powerfully as we do this. A modified version would be to squat down halfway and then drive our knees up to our chest. That would be a modified tuck jump. So again, quickly we're coming up off that squat and then driving into the chest. That would be a modified version. And then our power jump is basically a squat jump with a tuck jump. So you're squatting down, try to get your fingertips to the ground, and then you're going to drive your knees to the chest. That is our power jump. So tuck jump and power jumps, those are two other forms of plyometric exercise. Again, working the lower body along with the core, developing the muscle power there. Line jumps. Our line jumps are basically set up where we're jumping back and forth over a line. In this case, I just have a piece of paper on the ground, and we're going quickly over that, keeping both feet together as we jump over. You can also do it single-legged, side to side, but making sure you work both legs. Again, trying to work quickly over it. You can also go forward and back over the piece of paper with both legs, or you could do it with a single leg. But line jumps is another way we're not jumping up as high, but we're working side to side as quickly as we can, landing on the balls of your feet as best as we can as we do those. Skate jumps. Skate jumps is a lateral jump where we're jumping side to side, pushing off our foot, trying to land on the opposite foot as if we are skating back and forth. The better you are at this, the further out you want to jump with your lateral jump, landing on the foot, helping use your arms to swing yourself back and forth as we do this. So again, that's our skate jump there. Start off going slow or not as large in your jump until you feel comfortable, and then you kind of kick yourself out and jump further out to the side as we do these. And then lastly, the box jump. Most of you probably won't have a box and or something to jump on, but this is a good plyometric exercise. If you do have something you can jump on, we're going to jump up off the ground, landing on the top of the box and or a chair and or crate or something that you have. Just make sure when you do these jumps you have something that's not going to move or slide out when you do jump on it, because you'll fall and get hurt. Box jumps will also help with your uh, explosive power and your jumping ability and building strength. But again, make sure you have proper equipment when you are in fact trying to do a box jump. So today's work, we want you to do some kind of warm up. Remember, you should do 1, maybe 2 minutes of jogging or walking in place, marching in place. If you don't have the space to move around, get yourself warmed up first. Do some dynamic stretching like lunges and squats and repetitions to work yourself up. So do about a 5-minute warm up. It's important. Then I want you to choose 4 or more of the plyometric exercises. So choose 4 of those exercises that we just went over with you here and complete them with 3 sets. So we're going to do 3 sets of 5 to 8 reps. So whatever exercises you choose, our suggestion is to do 3 sets of 5 to 8 repetitions of each of the exercises. If you'd like to do more of those exercises, you can, but I want to do more than 3 sets of 5 to 8 reps, especially if you haven't done these exercises before. And of course, lastly, make sure you cool down. Again, that would involve some kind of walking or jogging in place for a minute or two. Bring your heart rate back down, cool yourself down, and it's important, make sure you continue to do your stretching and all those stretches that we've worked on prior to this. If you have any questions, let us know. Keep working hard. Challenge yourself today with some plyometrics to make yourself better. What we're here to do is just keep getting better every day. Get after it.